Follow all Moseers news on his website, www.moseers.com, and on his Facebook page.
Hello and welcome to Moseers for this new video about the Yamaha YC. And today I'm going to explain to you how are made the new FM organ voices that are in the operating system 1.2. Do not forget, if you like the content of this video, click on the thumb. If you are not a Moseers follower, click on subscribe and click on the bell to be informed when a new video is released. And I'll let you for the voiceover with Grace and Paul.
Let's change view and you see this nice graph to start explaining what the single algorithm we had on F1, F2, F3 organs voices corresponded to. We had already explained it to you a little bit on harmonic drawbars and organ sounds videos. In fact, F1, F2, and F3 voices use the same algorithm, which is in line, but nevertheless they have different sounds. Let's discovering why. F1 voice use sinusoidal waveforms which produce a simpler sound without harmonics. F2 voice use pulse, square waveforms with half harmonics. And F3 voice use a sawtooth waveform with all harmonics. That's why we had these differences in terms of sounds even if they use the same algorithm. F2 emulate British transistor organs and F3 emulate Italian transistor organs. And our three new organ sounds from OS 1.20, what do they bring different? Let's see this with Paul.
Here is F4 voice algorithm presentation. You can see that it is different from the first three voices. For F1 voice, F2 and F3 voices too, we had drawbars emulations with only what we call in FM carriers. And here you see that we have small squares that are at the bottom, these are carriers, and also squares that are on top called modulators in FM terms. A modulator modulate carrier and produce a different sound than carrier alone. With lighting for this video recording, this may not be seen optimally. We also have a new option called FM color. It allows us to have different colors between carrier, modulator, and feedback. On this voice we have feedback control. Feedback is sound that comes out and coming back in, that gives energy to the sound. What this F4 voice emulate? Let's see this with Grace.
In fact, in emulation terms, F4 voice allow us to work between British or Italian emulation. We will put drawbars like this to see their colors. We have three carriers for the main sound on drawbars 16, 8, and 2. Others are modulators and feedback. The first thing to understand without going too far in FMX explanations as with montage, is that modulator, here the 5 1/3, does not produce sound by itself. There must be sound in carrier to let modulator produce sound by modulating the carrier. This is FM Principle Basic, example here with carrier on drawbar number 8. With its modulator on drawbar 4, we have also a particularity, this small loop where it is written 2 2/3 FB for feedback. Feedback adds energy to the sound. Carrier on drawbar 2 is here with its modulator. And finally, we have a new feature on 2 of the new algorithms for organ voices F4 and F6. Paul, tell us about this new feature.
We explained that on the first 3 organ voices F1, F2, and F3, you can only use 8 first drawbars and that there was no percussion, no vibrato, or chorus like on H organ. The particularity of these 3 new FMX organ voices is that we can use 9 drawbars for all and that we have a percussion on the F4 and F6 voices. As you can see on graph, it's here the 1 1/3 which is a carrier will bring us the percussion. But there is no sound. Why? Because as on H organs, you have to activate the percussion button and you can modulate your percussion sound with its modulator. If we look at lower, colors will be better seen, I think. Carriers are in red, modulators in pink, feedback in white, and there is no percussion on the lower, like on H organ voices.
You can't remember when you play algorithm graph. It's actually quite handy to see at first glance that drawbars correspond to carriers, or modulators, and feedback. First left drawbar will always be a carrier, so if it's red, all the other red drawbars are carriers. Other color that repeats here, pink, will always be modulators, and the color that is different on a single drawbar is feedback. It's quick and easy to remember. So let's move on to F5 voice. There are only 2 carriers and many modulators. F5 organ emulates what you want. In fact, there is no specific definition. It will make complex organs thanks to its many modulators. Let's go to upper, it will be better. You hear that it's much more distorted. We're on a more complex sound. In a way, we bring distortion, fatness. There is no percussion, but you can see that the 9th drawbar is also used, and we have the feedback drawbar. Let's reduce pre-drive. I didn't put any effect to let you hear basic sound naturally.
It works in lower, in the same way, of course. Let's see F6 organ voice. We have 3 carriers to make our sound. We have percussion on F6, but there, we were on lower. We find well here in upper our percussion, with the same color code which is better seen on the lower for this video. F6 is more dedicated to organs and sounds. Here Joel doing Morse code. You can hear what the feedback on this sound brings like a vibrato. Let's see the percussion alone. We can give a little attack. Here the sounds seem quite simple, but of course as soon as you add effects they become richer. You have very good examples in the new OS 1.20 live set.
We have explained differences with previous FMX organ sounds. If you open Operating System Manual, you have to open and read it. You will see algorithms that are displayed in this video. This video purpose was to explain how new FMX organ sounds work, differences with the first 3 organ voices. This OS 1.20 brings very nice improvements.
This is video ending. I hope you have liked it and now you understand better the differences between the first FM organ voices 1, 2, and 3 and the 3 new 4, 5, and 6. And see you later for a new Monsieur video on Yamaha YC. Bye.
Monsieur, Yamaha Music Europe and Music France partner, purpose you its personal master class service, available in French or English for all users living in European Union. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced user, each session conducted one-on-one through Zoom allows you to progress quickly on subjects you have chosen with a unique pedagogy, giving you access to the best Monsieur practical tips. Use all potential of your montage, MODX, YC series, CP73 or 88, audio modeling Camelot Pro or John Maylaw software. Book your place now for your Moiseur's personal masterclass. You can directly request an appointment on available slots in Monsieur Facebook page services tab or by email at monsieur@orange.fr, and do not forget, if you like this video, click on the blue thumb, click on subscribe to follow Monsieur YouTube channel news, and click on bell to be informed when a new video is released. Comment or ask questions too. Thank you for watching. See you soon.